You've probably been trying to reprogram your subconscious mind, all the visualizations, all the affirmations, all the scripting, all the journaling, and yet the same problems keep showing up, leaving you wondering where you are going wrong. Today I'm going to show you what actually programs your subconscious mind so that you never have to wonder where you are going wrong. So the first thing I need to do in this video is to break down common misconceptions. Whenever someone talks about programming their subconscious mind, what is the number one thing that is recommended? It's repetition. Or you have to do this every day. You have to say these affirmations every single morning. You have to continuously tell yourself, remind yourself, and eventually your subconscious mind is going to remember what you've told you. Eventually you're going to have reprogrammed your subconscious mind. But repetition is not the key I'm mincing my words. Repetition is not the key to programming your subconscious mind. Yes, repetition may work, but one thing you have to ask yourself, and you have to make this decision for yourself, is do you want things to be easy for yourself, or do you want them to be hard? I'm mincing my words. Do you want to have methods that work with you doing it once? Or do you want to use the methods where you have to tell yourself something 10,000 times, then maybe, just maybe, your mind will be programmed? But see, the thing is, you've been thinking that repetition is the key to programming your subconscious mind. But has repetition worked? If it had worked, you wouldn't be on this video. Fair enough, some people just enjoy watching this stuff like myself. So I'll randomly find myself just watching a metaphysics lecture, a neuroscience lecture. Why? Because I find it interesting, even though I know the things. But the odds are you aren't that type of person. So again, ask yourself, do you want things to be easy or do you want them to be hard? Because there's an easy, much more effective, much more efficient way to reprogram your subconscious mind. And then there's a hard way that you've been doing all the repetition, all the visualizations. Every day you say, okay, at 8 a.m. every day, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to make sure that I do all the repetition so that I can program my subconscious mind. Because think about it this way. You can cut down a tree with a chainsaw. You just go or you can cut down a tree with a pickaxe. Literally a pickaxe where it just has a point and you just keep going ta, 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 ta. And you have to hit it hundreds of times before you even make a dent. And after that, making that dent, you're going to have to hit it hundreds more times before the tree finally falls down. All of this reality creation, this manifestation, is essentially at its core reprogramming your subconscious mind. So the thing that you need to do is look at your subconscious mind. What I want you to think about is, what is the experience that is most embedded in your subconscious mind? Like, what is your most intense fear? It could be you going through financial problems when you're young. It could be your parents arguing over money. It could be seeing your parents fight each other. It could be you getting your heart broken. That's a classic example, right? I'm gonna run with that example, right? For niggas especially, the most emotionally charging subconscious fear, belief, whatever, isn't something that happened 10,000 times. It's something that happened once. And when it happened once, they experienced it with so much emotion that their subconscious mind could not ignore it. Why? Because emotion is the language of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind doesn't care if something is repeated 10,000 times if there's no emotion attached to it. For your subconscious mind to listen, for your subconscious mind to be receptive of anything, there has to be an emotion attached to it. Why? Because emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. Like, I don't know why I was asking a question that I answered 30 seconds ago, but anyways, the point I'm making is, for that experience that is the most embedded in many niggas' mind, like, yo, fear women. It is an experience that happened once. There's one girl that cheated on them and they were like, damn, I'm done with women. Never trust women. I'm just gonna dog these women out. Why? Because this woman dogged me out. That sounds wrong. There was no repetition. It was just one emotionally intense experience. Whatever speaks with the most emotion is what will be remembered and what will be internalized by your subconscious mind. So in those situations that I've just talked about, where a nigga got cheated on, and now for the rest of his life he's like, nah, I'm done with women. Like, get that shit out of my face. There's this one person I know that he got cheated on twice. Like, twice in a row. till this day, you can't even talk about women in front of him. Like, nah, dude, let's talk about business. His subconscious mind has completely accepted the idea that women are treacherous, women are evil, of which that isn't true. The only truths in reality are the truths that. Let me start again. The only truth in reality are Let me start again. The only truths in reality are what your subconscious mind has accepted as true. Nothing is inherently true. It is a mythic law that there exist no truths in reality other than half truths. So you can choose what you want to believe. You can choose which side of the coin you want to be on. But know that once you've chosen the side of coin that you're going to be on, that choice now crystallizes into a truth in your reality. But anyways, we have established that emotion is the language of your subconscious mind. So naturally, if you're an attentive viewer, if you're listening with any thought going through your mind, like, let me not say that because I actually like you, so I don't like talking to you like that. But anyways, if you're listening and you're trying to connect the dots, you'll recognize that, okay, if I can experience something that is highly emotionally charging, then it would reprogram my subconscious mind. And that is the key to what actually programs your subconscious mind. It's emotion, it's highly emotional charged experiences. So naturally, if you really want to change your mind, if you want to reprogram your subconscious mind to go from a scarcity concept to an abundance concept, you need to emotionally experience something that is equal or greater to the thing that you emotionally experienced that led to the scarcity concept in the first place. And if you're something like I was, you're already thinking like, oh, that's hard. How can I manufacture something? How can I get to the point where the thing that I know is imaginary is as strong as the thing that I know? Not even I know, the thing that actually happened in my life. But one thing that I'm always going to say in this channel, and one thing that I want to embed in your mind, is that your subconscious mind cannot tell between real and imagined experiences. Therefore, if you can imagine something with such vividness, with such detail, with such emotion, it doesn't matter that it's imagined, it will overpower what is real. So the name of the game, what actually reprograms your subconscious mind, is emotionally experiencing something. And that emotional experience has to be greater or equal to the thing that caused you to believe what you don't want to currently believe. And you may be thinking like, oh no, this is hard. But you make the decision of whether this is hard. You make the laws of your reality. So by you thinking that I can never imagine something to that emotional intensity, you are subconsciously putting a block on the amount of emotion that you're going to allow yourself to feel. Even when you do get into a relaxed state, it's like you're going to block yourself from feeling the full degree of emotions that you can feel in that period. Yo. This video is an absolute mincing of words. So that is what actually programs your subconscious mind to emotionally experience something with such intensity that your subconscious has no choice but to listen to what you've told it. It has no choice but to alter its programming to fit what you have inputted. So now, the reason why people always talk about these things like visualizations, affirmations, scripting, journaling, whatever it may be that you do, is because those are vehicles to allow yourself to emotionally experience whatever it is that you want to now reprogram your mind with. They are not the law. They are not methods that only work if you do them, but they are vessels in which allow you to experience emotion. You should never see these things as the absolute law, because now when you don't do them, nothing will work, because you have decided that no, I can only program my mind through visualization. I can only program my mind through affirmations, and I have to do it perfectly. You have put your trust, you have put your conviction in these methods. You have put your conviction in doing the perfect visualization, which creates another wormhole. I used to face problems because I used to put my conviction, my belief in the method, not in the emotion generated. So I would think the thing that I love doing and the thing that I recommend my clients to do is to enter a relaxed state. Whether it takes 2 seconds, whether it takes 5 minutes, just sit until you're in a relaxed state where you are no longer questioning anything. You're just the observer of whatever's going on in your mind, the observer of whatever's going on around you. And once you enter that relaxed state, emotionally experience or visualize what you would like to happen, your desired reality, and loop it over again so that it becomes more vivid and you develop that emotional charge. And that emotional charge is what is going to program your subconscious mind. Oh yeah, by the way, I mentioned my clients. If you're a 5-figure entrepreneur or you're a professional athlete who feels as if they have a mental block that is blocking their performance or blocking the amount of money that they can make from their business, click the first link in the description because I help exactly you to unlock those mental blocks and get to where you finally should be, where you should have been all along. And even higher than that, a secondary thing that I want you to focus on that actually reprograms your subconscious mind. But I also want to note that if you do the first step of creating an emotionally charged experience in your mind, visualizing that, you won't need to worry about the second step. But this is now something that can supplement that either way. What I want you to do is analyze your attention and focus on where your attention is going. If you are in your desired reality, how would you pay attention? What would you pay attention to? What would you notice? What would you choose to think about for the rest of the day? Because where your attention goes, your energy flows. Where your energy goes is what creates your reality. Energy leads to creation. Like I said, write that down. Energy leads to creation. So what has been a subconscious process, I want you to make it conscious. I want you to recognize the things that someone in your desired reality would focus on, would pay attention to, and choose to pay attention to that. The clear example, right, is if you want to develop a life where you have abundance, if you want to develop a life where you have more money than you need and money isn't an issue, you're not constantly worrying, where am I going to pay this bill? You need to restructure your attention so that you're paying attention to the things that align to that desired reality. Because let's say you are trying to reinforce this conscious belief of, or reprogram your subconscious mind to be in a state of wealth, to be in a state of receiving and also spending, because the way money works, you have to circulate it for it to come back to you. You cannot hold it stagnant. Currency, it's a current. A current moves. The riverbanks collect some, but then the riverbanks obviously let some pass. So you can't be in a state of hoarding. But anyways, if you wanted to reprogram your subconscious mind to be in a state of wealth, to be in a state of abundance, to be in a state of constant receiving, which you have to constantly spend as well. But anyways, that's not even the point. Let's say you wanted that, but day to day you are paying attention to everything that disconfirmed what you wanted for yourself. So you are paying attention to the times where you don't have money. You are paying attention to everything you don't have. You are paying attention to when you see that nice car and you think, oh no, I don't have 200k. How am I ever going to do that? You are putting your attention in things that disconfirm what it is that you want. And where your attention goes, energy flows. Energy leads to creation. So the energy that's leading to creation is an energy of that which you don't want. So you need to now pay attention to the things that align to what you want. You need to pay attention to situations where you have more than enough. Because I can guarantee you there's sometimes where you walk into a shop, you walk into a place and you have more than enough. Right? You may go into the supermarket and you want to just buy cinnamon and you have $10 in your wallet and cinnamon is $1. You have more money than you need. And you need to reaffirm yourself. You need to pay attention to the instances where you have what you desire. Even if it's in a small way, you need to pay attention to those. Because what you are doing is now you are consciously training your subconscious mind like, oh, let me pay attention to the things that I would pay attention to if I were in my desired reality, of which you can be in your desired reality right now. The reality that we know, the reality that we pay attention to is only 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum. It is less than 0.5%. It's less than 0.5%. So logically speaking, what is more real is what you feel, what is unseen. So you can accept that you're in a reality right now So another key question I'd ask is, if you accepted that you're in a reality right now, why would you pay attention to things that don't align to that reality? Let's say you right now, I don't know, let's say you've been going to the gym, you have a six pack. You are not going to pay attention to things that misalign with that reality. You're not going to be paying attention to, oh, I can't lose weight. You're not going to be paying attention to, oh, it's so hard to gain muscle. What you're going to be paying attention to is your progress. You're going to be paying attention to the progress that you have made and the progress that you can make. You're going to be looking at things that further align with your current reality. That's all we do day to day. We look and we focus on things that align with what we're going through. When we're going through financial problems, you're like, damn, I have another bill. Damn, I can't afford that car. Damn, I went out with lunch with my friends and my friend had to cover for me. That is what you were paying attention to. So a secondary way to reprogram your subconscious mind would be to shift your attention to the things that would align with what you want your subconscious mind to be programmed to. And the very last thing that I'm going to say in this video, which is underrated, but maybe one of the most important things that I've said to you, is decide that your subconscious mind has been programmed. A lot of the times we think that it should take a while because of people preaching repetition, saying you have to do it 10,000 times, you have to repeat it, and eventually your subconscious mind is going to accept it as true. So what you think is, it hasn't worked once. I want you to hold the belief that once you've emotionally experienced, whether you believe or you analyze that, was this as emotionally taxing, was this as emotionally charging as the original, just say it is done. Believe your subconscious mind has been changed, because that belief in and of itself opens up the way for your subconscious mind to be changed how you think it has been changed. But a lot of the times you're just going to tell yourself like, nah, I don't think so. You're going to doubt your own process. If you doubt your own process, how can things ever work for you? If you doubt your own process, how can you expect God to now move mountains for you? You can't. And with that, that is how you actually program your subconscious mind.